So now I'm going to be tackling this trunk lid. You know, at first it didn't look too bad, but then I saw these like little rust spots. So I started poking at it, and every one I poked at, you can see all the holes. See them all? Yeah, not good. So anyway, I was poking around this backside. I did find some holes right here. I really don't want to have to replace this little lip up here, which would be fairly easy because it looks like it's just a 90-degree bend. But that I'd have to cut this whole thing out, weld all that in. So I think I'm gonna try leaving it, and then I will just replace just this little bit right here, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Assuming nothing else is bad on there. I poked around pretty good. I couldn't find nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grind this seam off so I can split this, you know, because it's folded over. I'm gonna cut this off, grind this off so I can peel that back. So once I do peel that back, you can see there's straight here and then this little bit of lip here. Problem is there's some rust holes on this side. The rest of it seems, except for right down here. I wanna just cut almost up to this little bend, but just keep it just back, you know, about a weld's worth. And then I'll put my new piece on here, bring it down to there and just weld this, and then it'll be close enough to factory. But there's some holes in here, and I might have to replace just a little piece in here or something. So there was probably like four or five little spot welds holding this on, so I'll have to replicate that. So this piece doesn't look too bad so far. So the next thing I'll do is I'll draw a line down there and cut this back edge off. Well, now I made my replacement piece. I got this little flange not welded, all on there and everything. And this bends pretty nice. So next I'm going to fit it on here, and I left this long because this whole piece here goes from that distance. The more you go down to the middle, the greater it gets. It kind of tapers back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my piece on there and then draw a line on there with a marker, you know, just a little bit back, and I'll just kind of work my way back a little bit till I get fits like I want it to. So what I'm doing here is I'm grinding. I put this on here and it was sticking out at a 1/2 inch, so I took my marker, scribed along the back side of it, took it off, cut the strip off, clamped this back onto where I need it now. So it was still a little long, probably 1/8 inch, 1/16, you know, here and there. So what now I'm doing is just going to grind this back at the same angle as this little straight part here. So I'm just grinding it down until I just start hitting the trunk lid itself. Well, you know, just barely backed off. Then since that's at an angle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, grind it so it's a flat 90-degree angle, and then that'll give me the spot to weld up to this corner of it, past this flat, and then I can just blend that in. So if I weld this right now, that being at an angle is pretty thin and it's kind of butted up. So once I grind that back smooth, it'll just crack. The weld will just crack because there's nothing there to hold it. I think once I get past that, take it off, grind it, it'll be perfect. So that's what we're going to do next. So I took this off and ground it back to where it was a 90-degree. Remember, I had an angle on there. Brought it back. That brings it below this little step right there. So now I sprayed it all down with etch primer. Did this flange, I don't know if you can see it. Sprayed that on both sides. And while I was at it, I took the whole trunk, blew it all out good, vacuumed it, and got out the mouse nest that was in there and sprayed it all up into here with self-etch primer. And Maybe eventually I'll do it on all the seams. I'll just tip it up and run it into, you know, where the sides are and stuff. So next thing will be is welding. So there we have it. I got tacked in. So now will be the long process of filling all of them in. And then after that we can grind her in and hopefully it all looks good. So well, there it is, all welded in. See, I'm looking down here. I just see I missed 2 little spots. Oh, one there too. I'll get them. So the next thing will be to grind this off. Well, I don't know if you can see it. I gotta cut the backside of this, wrap this around, and you know, for a flange on the backside. So that'll be last. I'll get these couple little spots here and then start grinding. And there we have it, finished product. Took me all day, but it's pretty much done. I have a couple little things to grind down yet. I left the top of this weld here just a little bit proud. I didn't want to get into this existing sheet metal. I wanted to keep enough weld there. So next to be get this thing in some primer and throw a little filler over this, smooth it all out. Shouldn't take a lot. It looks pretty good. Even in the corner, got the little seam thing wrapped around. That could have been bad. So yeah, the next thing I got to do, I got to get all this. Probably use a wire wheel and stuff, get all that, and then like I said earlier, I'll spray. I can't do this one-handed. Spray some etching primer into the panel as best I can and let it drain down into the seams in the inside. You know, try to help prevent it from rusting. So that'll be it for this one. See you.